What's going on, guys? E-HeroesForged coming at y'all with another deck profile today. Today we have Genesys, the new format that Konami just released, and I'm a little late to the party. Kind of a new dad, and being a parent and trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh and keeping up with it is very, very difficult. It's very hard to manage, and I'm always going to be kind of late to the party, but here I am. Not a big deal, and I put as much effort into this as I possibly could, and I've made a version of the deck that I'm gonna have fun with, but I do think it can be somewhat competitive in this kind of format, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Obviously things are gonna change. Genesys is so new, and everything's coming out, and like I'm playing this deck this week and it could completely change the next day, but we'll get there when we get there. So other than that, let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you like content like this, if you want to see more deck profiles with heroes and things like that, definitely subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But without further ado, let's jump into it. So to start off, we're going to go with the Elemental Heroes. We're going to go with 2 Stratos. I like Stratos at 2. If I run it at 3, I find myself kind of drawing it more often, and I'm sitting in hand with 2 Stratos when I wish it was something else. So I think 2 limits that. Yeah, you want to see this. It's one of your best normal summons, but at the same time, I think 2 is the right ratio to go with it. So with that, I'm going to start with 2. Like it could bump to 3. Hell, it could go to 1. You never know. But to go further, we have Neos. Tech option, we've got Honest Neos. I used to run this back in the day, so it's a little nostalgic for me. I really like pairing this when I just want to summon a hero, swing, chain this, and then just beat over whatever you summon, so it's pretty great. For the rest of the Elemental Heroes, we got Liquid Soldier. The draw 2 discard one is great. And then you have Shadow Mist. I mean, what more can you say? This is the card you're going to send off of Ion. Spoiler, but it's going to send this. It's going to search whatever you need. So that'll help you get into your plays. But other than that, for the E-Heroes, that's what I've got. On to the Vision Heroes. We are going to run 2 Vion. This is up there for the best normal summon in the deck. Searches your polymerization. It can dump monsters that you need to get more into your plays to really dig into the deck. So with that, we're going to run 2. We have 2 Ferris. I think 3 is a little too much, a little too cloggy. I never like seeing 2 of it. I would rather see 1 and then more engine. And the controversial thing that people aren't going to agree with is to increase. Hero players for a while now, we're either on 1 increase or we just don't run the Vision package at all. And like every hero player, we all know that when you run 1 increase, it's always going to end up in your hand. Well, I guess my luck now is I'll draw both of them, but the plan is to only draw 1. And then, which I don't want to draw 1, but if I do, I know I have another one in the deck that I can get into full combo still, because we all know if you run this at 1, then you draw it, then that combo is completely dead. And then you can't just go into a link play anymore to kind of get you out of that jam. So you're going to be relying on this part of the engine. So I do think that the 2 increase for now is the way to go. I could completely be wrong, but we're just going to test it out and see what it does. On to the Destiny Heroes, we do 3 Malicious. I'm going to stick with this. I mean, the deck, it's heroes. You're going to run a lot of bricks, but there's a lot of ways to get rid of your bricks. So I do believe that staying with the 3 Malicious is still going to be the way to go. And the 1 Denier, if Plasma wasn't so much points, then I would run Plasma. But I think for this deck to compete and to be a little bit more consistent, I do think you need to have this. And not to mention, this puts more bodies on board, so I kind of dig that. And for the Evil Hero package, I normally don't run this package, but for a Genesis, I think it's really strong. We do a Dusted Gold, which is arguably the best card in the deck. It gets you into your fusion plays, and it discards to do what it needs to do. So I think it's really, really great. We got the 1 Prison and then the 1 Necrom. Obviously, summon this, send this, banish this to get whatever you need. So the deck runs very, very well with these ratios so far, especially with play testing. But that's it for the hero monsters. And on to the spells. So for the spells, we have 3 A Hero Lives. I've been running this at 2 in some other builds. Sometimes I'll even put this at 1 just to kind of get the deck count down. But for Genesys, I'm going to focus on a heavier deck count, which this is a 47 card deck. So it's really not that many cards, but for me it is. And I think running 3 of this is going to be the way to go, because it is technically 5 Stratos, 5 Vion. It can get you to an Dusted Gold if you have to do something else, you know, depending on what you need. But this is excellent. I'm sorry, just your Stratos that'll get you into this. It only does Elemental Heroes, but regardless, it still gets you into, you know, it's 5 Stratos, so you can't really go wrong with that. Then we have the 1 Evil Assault. You can search this with a Dusted Gold, so I think 1 is really all you need. We got the 1 E-Call, so if I miss that 3rd Stratos, you know, this is going to help me get into it. And then for the fusion spells, I'm on 2 Polymerization. Usually you run 1, but being as this is very heavy into Polymerization, I think this is the way to go, because also you don't have Wonder Driver to get this back. So I think having 2 is going to be what you need. And Poly in this deck is a lot more effective than some of the other fusion spells we have. You know, fusion spells like Miracle Fusion. And then I couldn't decide between the 2, so I decided to run them both. We do 1 Dark Fusion and the 1 Dark Contact. So that's it for the fusion spells. And then to round it off, we have 1 Dark Supremacy and then the Favorite Contact. These are 2 excellent cards, both searchable. And then for the hand traps, for me, this build is a go second build. I think it can go first with some of the options that it has, but I think it runs more efficiently if you go second. So that being said, we run 3 Perulia. These would be Fualas if I had them, but I had to make the points work, so we did Perulia. We do 3 DD Crow, so banishing people's stuff out of their graveyard I think is going to be very, very effective. And then we have 3 Eclipse, and then one of my favorite techs of the deck is 3 Ultimate Slayer. It doesn't cost anything and it bounces whatever your opponent has. And then the biggest tech card, and I think my favorite card out of all of them, is going to be 2 Thrust, because I don't know if you've seen, but every single card in here is a normal spell or trap. So this searches everything in the deck. So I really like that tech. I think it's going to work very well. And with the hands I've drawn, like, and it's just go second cards, you know, like if I happen to go first, obviously the side deck will reflect that. I do not have a side deck for this video. I will end up making one because I'd like to have a solid go first option in there with a couple tech cards. But for now, we just have the main deck and the extra deck. So on to the extra deck. For the extra deck, we have the 1 DPE. We're not using Fusion Destiny anymore. We're going to use Polymerization if we want to go into him. He's still a very strong option. And then with Genesys, I think it's even better now. So I do think that's a really good option to have. And we got the big boy, Trinity. He is our OTK guy. He's going to kill everything. He's going to beat over every single card. For the Elemental Heroes, you got Infernal Rage, Wake Up, you got Sunrise, we got Neos Wingman, Absolute Zero, and we have the Brave Neo. Sorry, he was kind of shuffled in there. What you call it? I like having this option as another option for my Infernal Rage. Shout out to some of the guys on my YouTube channel, or one of my YouTube subscribers. He kind of came up with this, so if you're watching, shout out, bro. You're awesome. I really dig that that line. And to round out the heroes fusions, we got the 1 Neos Lord, the 1 Malicious Bane. You put these on board, they're pretty much going to kill everything, and this is a very good card. And then a little different for heroes, we have our 3 Ultimate Slayer options. We have Valen, we got Malong, and then we got Garura, and then to round it off, we have Castel. So that is the deck profile, guys. It's a little different than most hero versions, and I think it's going to run very, very well. I mean, everyone I play against knows I'm on heroes, so it's really not a big surprise what they see. I'll probably go into other decks as well. So, but for now we have heroes. Heroes is my favorite deck, and I think I'd like to try it out for now. And other than that, that is all I've got for y'all today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any feedback for me, any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please like it. If you love content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. But until then, guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.